computer. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys for being on here this evening. My name is Dr. Stacy Holweger, and I'm excited to share with you some more information about Lifewave X39 stem cell activation patch. I want to give you a little bit of background info since we don't know each other. Obviously, I know Gloria and I know Holly now, but I just want to let you know that I have been in the area of stem cell research for the last 20 years. I have been researching stem cells. I banked both of my kids' cord blood. And so that was my first introduction to stem cells when I was pregnant with my daughter. And fast forward 4 years, when she was 4, she was misdiagnosed with a couple different types of cancer. They weren't for sure what she had, so they ended up diagnosing her with an adult leukemia, saying she needed a bone marrow transplant. So age 4 to 5 was spent in the hospital, most of that in ICU, fighting for her life from one chemotherapy gone wrong to the next surgery, and coding and brain bleed and all kinds of just pure insanity, to be honest with you. And so we lived in a hospital for a year, got her out of there, and started her down a totally different path of holistic health and healing, which we'd always been into. But you know, when you come up with a diagnosis, they scare the crap out of you. You got to do this right now or she's going to die. And so we have spent the last 14 years doing many different types of holistic treatments and therapies and practitioners and everything under the sun. I just, I've always asked, like, what else is there? What else is there? And God keeps bringing me more things and more things. But we've spent the last 10 years doing a lot of different types of stem cell therapy for my daughter. And so we've been in and out of the country doing that. We've spent about $100,000 out of our pocket. So I share that with you because I want you to understand where I'm coming from. When I was introduced to Lifewave earlier this year, this X39 stem cell activation patch, I was asked to do some meditation breath work for a man that owns a wellness, sports fitness recovery type center. He's a tennis pro coach here in Sarasota, Florida. And so that was not something I normally do. I do a lot of retreats. I meditated for years and years and years. I do small groups, I lead them, but not to actually go into a public place and do that kind of thing for public display, being videoed and, audio recorded for his salt room. So anyway, I'm like, something told me to go do it. Something said, just do it anyway, Stacy, you'll figure it out. I'm like, okay. So anyway, so I get there and he tells me all his different stuff and what he has planned for me. And on the way out the door, he says, oh, we have these stem cell activation patches. And it was like, what? Stem cell activation patches? I'm very familiar with stem cells. I totally understand stem cells. I've been doing stem cell therapy with my daughter. I've never heard of a stem cell activation patch. Tell me what that is. How much does it cost? I'll buy it right now. And so he has a Whoop. I don't know if you guys know what a Whoop is. It's like an Apple Watch on steroids. You wear it 24/7. It tells you everything about you. And so he shows his anxiety and he shows his recovery and he shows his sleep and he shows his stress, and it shows all these metrics and these colors. And pick a stoplight, red is horrible. Yellow's not too bad. Green's where you want to be. Well, 30 days on this patch and he's green across the board. I mean, he's in his 60s. He's feeling incredible. He's sleeping. He's no anxiety, I'm like, that's great, Lance. And he goes, but I think it was a placebo. He said, so I took it off for 30 days. He said, now look at my metrics the next month. And yes, he had less red than he had previously. Still some, yellows, but not as much green, but still more green than he had. Okay. He goes, so I don't think it was a placebo. I put it back on, and this is the month I met him. He said, I'm almost done with this month. And look at the green again. It's not a placebo. It's doing something to me. And I'm like, buddy, you're 3 months into this and you haven't researched it yet? I mean, stem cells, hello, give it to me. He said, it's $150 for a month's supply. I'm like, I'm out the door. Bye. I'll be back to finish up the meditation and all that stuff. I got to go research this. Well, at the same time, and you guys, I don't know if how you found out about this, but when coincidences, right? Those little divine interactions, those synchronicities. A friend of mine was messaging me in April, and I've known her for 17 years. So much like you on here, you've known somebody that invited you here for a while that you know and like and trust. Now, it's not that I didn't like Lance. I just didn't know, like, and trust Lance, but I knew and I liked and I trusted April. And April said, Stacy, I found something that has completely alleviated my RA symptoms in a week. I cannot believe this. I was in a wheelchair, pain, and not sleeping, and just everything. And I feel like a totally different person. I'm out of the wheelchair. I'm sleeping. I feel amazing. I don't have pain. I'm not crumpled up anymore. And I said, okay, well, what is it? She's like, it's going to help Taylor. I'm like, send me the link, April. I'll buy it. And you know, I said earlier, I like talking on the phone, but not really. I like voice clipping, because April wanted to talk on the phone, and that was a 3-hour conversation. So I'm like, April, I don't have time to talk on the phone. Just send me the link. Just send me the link. I'll buy it. That's what Gloria said. She goes, send me the link. And I'm like, okay, I'll send you the link, right? You know, when you just want to buy something, you're just going to do it. And so anyway, we did schedule a 15-minute call, and I told her, she sent me the link while we were on the phone. And I said, April, I just bought this. I literally just bought this. So now I'm going, wait a minute. The world has stopped on its axis. God has parted the seas. Like, what is going on here? And she goes, oh, it gets better than that. David Schmidt, the inventor of this patch, the owner of the company, the CEO, the scientist, the researcher, the modern day Tesla, that man is going to be 15 minutes from your house in 4 days. And I'm like, oh, this is huge. This is crazy huge. This is not just about me buying something for Taylor. Something's going on here. I don't know how you guys live your lives, but for me, those synchronicities, that divine guidance, it's the beacon, right? It's the beacon telling me which direction to go. And so I go there to see David. Of course, I've watched all kinds of videos and stuff and hear all the science and the research, all his data. Love it. Love all the facts. I'm a doctor. I want facts. I want studies. I want the research. And the part that blew me away the most about that day was the 1 hour of people's personal testimonials. There were 240 people in this hotel room. I'm the youngest person at age 47. The rest of them are between 65 and 85. Most of them are 70 plus. And they're coming up telling about their strokes, their paralysis, their heart attacks, their quadruple bypass, their pacemakers, their MS, their Parkinson's, their bipolar, their anxiety, their depression, their pain, of course, their surgeries, everything under the sun. I'm sitting there in tears, covered in chills for that hour. And I had asked a friend to go with me, Laura. She had healed herself naturally from breast cancer 4 years ago using IV therapies and vitamin and whatnot and nutrition. And we looked at each other. She's like, we're both bawling, covered in chills. She's like, what are you going to do? I said, I can't keep this a secret. I'm going to tell everybody I know about this. Everybody, because this is the price of a cup of coffee. I've spent $100,000 on stem cell therapy for my daughter. And yes, we've seen some progresses. And if anything, we haven't seen regression, but this is literally the holy grail. This is her body doing what it's designed to do, not an injection, not a, 4 months in a cryo or a hyperbaric oxygen chamber therapy center and, not traveling in and out of the country and injections and all this stuff. This is simple. Oh my God. She's like, well, if you're telling people, I'm telling people. Let's go tell people. Now we need to find out about this business. What is going on here? How does this structured? So I share all that with you guys because I want you to understand where I come from. I come from a place where I have been there, done that. I have tried everything under the sun for my child. I haven't had my own health issues. I've had weight issues with gluten and dairy and sugar intolerances that I've been able to work through and alleviate those out of my life. So I've lost 80 pounds and kept that off the last 3.5 years through that. Have a cookbook and meal plans and all that kind of stuff. I'm huge on nutrition and always have been. I just couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, right? But besides that, no health issues. I've done everything for my child, everything I could possibly find to help her have the better quality of life, right? No medications, but she's been in a wheelchair for 14 years. She's been nonverbal for 14 years, full care. From changing to bathing to feeding, dressing, moving, everything. She understands everything. She's cognitive, but communication has been like this, and she can write with assistance. So with that being said, before I get ready to tell you about how this works, we have seen more progress in my daughter, our daughter, my husband and our daughter, in the last 6 months than we have in the last 14 years. Everything is changed in her world, in our world. She now will communicate yes, no, I don't know, like this. Every single question she will answer just like this. She responds. Her level of joy and excitement, and like the kid laughs 24/7. She wakes up laughing, and she's always been a happy kid, but now she's beyond happy, elated. She's communicating with her teachers. They know exactly what she wants. So communication has been huge. Her hormones have completely balanced. Never had a normal period, massive ones out of control, almost to the hospital, blood transfusions, completely normalized, 6 normal periods, 6 months. Bruising that was huge, which is what started the whole misdiagnosis of cancer when she was 4, completely has resolved itself. She's gotten bigger. She's gotten taller. She's stronger. God, she's strong. I mean, her control and her ability to control her movements has improved. So much has changed in our lives. And I share that with you because I want you to understand that you're going to come across yourself personally, maybe dealing with health issues, different types of things that are going on with you. You may have people in your family that have different types of things going on with them. You may know people that have this, and a diagnosis. And I get people every day that send me this kind of list of things that are going on with them. And so know that no matter what's going on with anybody, the information I'm getting ready to share with you will help every single person have a better quality of life. I'm not here to tell you we are going to cure people. We're not here to say we're diagnosing or treating, but I'm going to share some information that will give you that basis, that background knowledge of what you have your hands on here, what we all have our hands on here, and give you that ability to say confidently, here are the personal testimonials from people, and here's the science and the data that back it up. Here's the research. Here's what double-blind placebo clinical studies show. David has done over 80 double-blind placebo clinical studies, independent laboratories, independent physicians all over the world, Oxford, Stanford, Princeton, Harvard. They've all done studies. Okay, this patch has a 20-year patent. 20 years. You don't get a patent unless it's legit, right? Like it has to do what it says it's going to do in order to get a patent. He has over 130 patents himself in the area of regenerative medicine and stem cell technology. So the man is literally the modern day Tesla. But he has a heart of gold. Not that Tesla didn't, but I'm saying this man is the most humble, down to earth. There's zero ego in him. He told me, I was at the leadership retreat after conference last month, and we were talking, and he said, I look at these things like my children. These are my children. God gave me this information. It wasn't me. I didn't come up with it. It was given to me. I just was the one that was executed it. It took him 10 years to figure this patch out, this stem cell activation patch. And he said, so they're my kids. When I look at them like my kids, then that way I'm not looking at them like it's me. So when someone tells me, oh my gosh, your patch changed my life, your patch saved my life, he thinks, oh, my kids did that. Oh, they did such a great job. They're helping. They're out there making a difference in the world, because he said, I have to keep it at arm's length away. There's no ego in here. If I let ego come in, it's all going to be gone. And I will not do that. I will never do that. I will never bring my ego into this, because this is not me. So that's the inventor that we're dealing with, the scientist, the researcher, the man that has a heart for humanity. And so with that being said, this patch, the stem cell activation patch, what it does and how it works. So the patch, I want to give you a couple analogies first. Okay. So, if you go out in the sun, the light from the sun hits our skin. I sat out in the sun for an hour today, out on our courtyard, just taking in some sun for an hour. So what happens inside of your body when that sunlight hits your skin? It produces vitamin D, right? Your body increases its vitamin D level. We know that. Sunlight increases your vitamin D level. Okay, so we know that, right? We also know that we're 98.6. If you feel yourself, your heat, you better be warm, right? We're not reptiles, we're mammals, so we're 98.6. And we also know that if we go out at night right now outside, we can't see each other unless we have night vision goggles on. and the night vision goggles, then you will see the light being emitted, that low level infrared light being emitted off the body. So you will see the different colors and the outline of the body or the animal, right? You guys know that, okay? So there's some things I want you to think about when I'm sharing this. So this patch is non-transdermal, and that means that there's nothing in it. Nothing is going into the body. This is not a supplement. This is not a pain patch, a nicotine patch, a birth control patch, an estrogen patch. It is photobiomodulation or phototherapy. What that means, it's light therapy. Okay. And so when you take this patch and you put it on the body, our body's low level infrared light reflects back a signal off this patch. The signal says, hey, let's increase this person's GHK copper peptide. Let's increase that production in their body. We know that declines as we age. Let's increase that. Okay, great. Well, that's wonderful. There's a lot of GHK stuff out there. David said, I'm not stopping there. I want to figure out how to signal the body from there to increase its own stem cell production. That's why it took him 10 years. That's why it took him 39 tries to figure this out. $4.5 million out of his own pocket, figuring out how to signal the body to increase its own stem cell production. So the patch itself has a proprietary blend of amino acids, salts, and water that form a crystal lattice-like structure on the inside of the patch. Okay, so it looks like this. See this little white part in the middle? There's nothing on there. You don't even have to take the backing off. You can leave it just the fact that I'm holding it, because I am heat, I am light. That is signaling right now, just holding this patch completely covered up is signaling my body to make more stem cells. Okay, so there's nothing in the patch, but when you put the patch on, your body is light, reflects back a signal that says increase its GHK. I want you to write down a website. The website is Reverse Aging with GHK.com. Dr. Lauren Picard has nothing to do with Lifewave. He's spent over 50 years, thousands of clinical studies, the benefits of GHK copper peptide and what it does in the body. From everything from asthma and COPD all the way to colon, breast, and prostate cancer. Everything in between, GHK is amazing. But David said, we're not stopping there. We're going to increase the body's stem cell production because stem cells are the holy grail of healing. This is non-invasive. This is the price of a cup of coffee each day. Here's the deal. You're going to put it on. You can put it on the back of your neck. If you feel back here, that bony, bumpy spine part popping out, that's cervical vertebrae 7, CV7. You can put the patch there, or you can put it below your belly button. You're going to put it on in the morning. If you want to wear it at night, you can. Some people do, depending on their work or their night shift, day shift, whatever. But most people wear it during the day. Okay. So put it on. You're going to leave it on 12 hours. Then you're going to take it off and throw it away. Or if you have a pet, you can throw it in the pet bed, or you can put it behind the collar or stick it on your pet. Okay. So put it on, leave it on 12 hours, take it off, throw it away, do it again the next day. It's like a light. You want to signal that light on for 12 hours. You want to signal that stem cell production, activate your stem cells for 12 hours, and then you let your body rest and regenerate, repair for the 12 hours off, and then you do it again. And then you give yourself 12 hours off and you do it again. So here's the one thing during the day while you got the little pup, I love it. While you are patched, or if you're patched at night, whatever works. But you need to make sure you're drinking at least half your body weight in ounces every day in water. So listen, here's the facts. As we age, we make less and less stem cells. When we're born, we have abundance of them. You know, that's why kids run around. They're nonstop. They never stop. They're Energizer Bunny. And then boom, they'll fall on the floor and fall asleep in the middle of a crowded room and never miss a beat, right? They're out. But they have boundless amounts of energy. They fall out of trees, they fall off bikes, they break bones, and then poof, they're healed and they're good to go and they're up and running, right? So that's when you're a kid, and that's because you have tons of stem cells. When you're in your 30s, you're making about half, which is why you start to see the signs of aging, why the quality of sleep is a little less, why your memory or your concentration, your focus may not be as sharp as it used to. You may not have that energy that you used to have, right? Well, by the time you're in your 60s, you got about 10% of those stem cells, 10%. And in your 70s, they're non-detectable in the bloodstream at all. So we know that GHK declines as we age. We know that stem cell production declines as we age. And so you want to make sure that wearing this for your 12 hours, you're signaling that stem cell production. You're taking it off and you're doing it again. The water is so important because as we age, our cells are more dehydrated. It's just, that's part of life too. And so half your body weight in ounces every day, pure water. Don't add anything artificial. You don't want to mess up anything else in your body with artificial sweeteners. Add some fruit or some cucumbers or something like that if you want to your water, if you like flavor. But know those cells are dehydrated as you age. So you need to make sure that you're getting a little extra water, okay? So you stay hydrated. The way this works is with the conductivity of your cells. You may be thinking, well, I don't need water. It should be able just to work. It should work, right? This is happening on the cellular level, you guys. And those cells need to be hydrated. They need that water. If you picture this as phototherapy or light therapy, light and water, conductivity, electrical current, right? You need that to happen in order for it to start doing wiring and firing and doing all the things that it does in the body. I'm sure you guys have seen images of cells and things firing off and on, and the process can be like, whew, anatomy, physiology. I was like, oh my God, how are we even alive? How are we alive? I do not know. All this stuff is taking place inside of our body on a millisecond every single day, 24 hours a day. It's mind blowing sometimes, right? But here's what I want you to know about stem cells, and then I'm gonna let you guys ask questions. Stem cells have the ability to know exactly what the body needs first. Your body is always seeking homeostasis. It wants to be in balance because of diet, lifestyle, injury, illness, surgeries, accidents, stress. The body becomes out of balance. Okay? And those things compound over time, which is where you see the disease process start to take in, right? The inflammation level increases in the body. You become not who you used to be. And you're like, how can I stop this from happening? Stem cells do that, but your body knows what it needs. I don't know. I can't tell you. The number one question people say is, well, when am I going to see results? How long is it going to take? You know why? Because you go to the doctor and your cholesterol is high and he gives you Lipitor and your cholesterol level just went magically back in place where it's supposed to be. Oh, you'll recheck you here in 30 days. Your cholesterol level will be perfectly fine. It didn't heal your heart. It's just a number, right? And same thing with your blood pressure. Oh, your blood pressure's high. No problem. Take this pill. Boom, your blood pressure is going to come right down. Did that heal your heart? No. But people want to know, when is it going to work? Okay. So this is where clinical studies are really important. We know that in 6 weeks of using this X39, your heart is functioning and performing 2 months younger. Every 6 weeks, 2 months younger. We had a physician on a couple of weeks ago on one of our Zooms. He had a heart attack at 47. By age 64, his heart was functioning of a 75-year-old man. 1 year on the X39, and now his heart functions like a 33-year-old. We've got a man named Forrest. I met him earlier this year. He's the one that has had a quadruple bypass and a stroke, has a pacemaker in, ejection fraction in the 50%, using the X39 right around 6 months. I think it was 4 to 6 months. His ejection fraction is 79%. That's that of an elite athlete. So yes, we have clinical studies. Yes, we have personal testimonials from people. What's going to happen for you first? I don't know. But I do know the compound effect over time of increasing your body's stem cell production gives your body that ability to heal and repair and regenerate and rejuvenate itself. Clinical studies also show that a lot of people get results initially with their nervous system, their immune system, and their digestive system. Those are the three things that people start to notice and have changes in right away. But we do know that people experience pain reduction. They experience a deeper sleep, REM sleep, faster wound healing. Oh my gosh. You guys saw, I don't know if you saw my son. He got hit in the mouth with an elbow in basketball gym class last week. 1 week, X39. It's almost completely healed. I'm like, we should have went to get stitches. But he's a no. He hasn't been to the doctor since he's 15 months old. He's 17. So I'm his doctor. That's it. And he's like, no doctors, no stitches, no shots, no hospital, nothing. He won't do it. Well, his sister lived in the hospital for a year. He may have a little PTSD. I don't know. But we've always, stayed away from that. And so, of course, I went to the chiropractor. The chiropractor's like, yeah, you need stitches. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm going to do. I'll fix it. So stem cell activation patch, barely aligned there 1 week later. So fast wound healing. Okay. So that's another thing. So with all of that, I want to know what questions you have. If you want to type in the chat, you can, or if you want to raise your hand, I'll unmute, you can do that too. As far as below the belly button, you can put it anywhere you want. You really can. It doesn't matter how far. Here's the thing. So today Trey comes in and he goes, Mom, do I have to wear this below my belly button? And I'm like, no. He goes, when I sit, it kind of like I can feel it. It doesn't bother me, but he works out in the gym. He's like, I just don't like the way it feels on my stomach. He goes, I think I'm going to put it on my upper thigh. I'm like, I don't care. Put it on your upper thigh, dude. It works systemically. Wherever you put it, it's going to start signaling your body. It doesn't have to go in a location, but the governing meridian is the middle of your body. So David says, pick the part back here that, that CV7 or below the belly button if you want to stay in that governing meridian. But any spot will work. You can stick it right here. You can stick it on your forehead. You can put it anywhere you want. So it doesn't matter. How many can you wear in a day? So we're going to start, depending on your situation, we'll start slow. We'll start with the X39. I'll talk to you a little bit about the Eon here in a minute. The anti-inflammatory patch, which is very important. But depending on each individual person, that really, here's the thing, you don't want to go put on 6 patches a day. I wear 6 patches a day. I didn't start with 6 patches a day. I started with the X39. I added the Eon to that. And then I added the energy enhancer and the aloe vita and then the carnosine and the glutathione. And now I've got the X49. So I have 7. I've done the SP6. I did that for a full 30 days. So you can wear multiple patches. There's nothing wrong with that, but you want to start slow because your body's going to be changing. Things are going to be changing. You're going to have more energy, right? And you don't want to also, you don't want to do the opposite. You don't want to like freak your body out and go into detox crazy mode either, right? And not that happens on a regular basis by any means, but definitely, we'll work with you each individually, but just keep it simple, right? Like Holly said, no contraindications to any kind of medications because you're not putting anything into the body. The body it's signaling, so it's a pathway. If someone is a smoker, it can definitely help them, or if they don't want to quit. So yes, it can still because you are signaling the stem cells. So the stem cells they'll probably go right to the lungs and be like, God, we've got to change these really fast. But it definitely will still help you. It's not that it won't, or the people that that smoke. That's obviously a personal choice. People can do whatever they choose to do. We do have protocols for addictions though. So if someone's interested in coming off of the types of addictions, we can definitely help with that too, but it will still help. I'm not going to say, it's going to repair everything because you're doing a lot of damage in a lot of different ways on that. So low level laser therapy. So wear your lasers at night and during the day if you need it. So to increase your blood flow, you can still continue to do that. So this is very different than any type of red light therapy or blue light therapy, because it's actually signaling a specific pathway in the body through GHK copper peptide. So it's a peptide signal, and that peptide signals the body through the skin. The skin is the largest organ, so it's using the skin to create pluripotent stem cells. Pluripotent means they can change and morph into any type of cell, tissue, or organ that's needed, repairing, okay? So you can still use your low laser light. I don't know exactly what that, I'll have to look into see what LLT is. to compare. I don't want to say that there is no difference, because you're comparing apples to oranges. So laser has lots of benefits. I've had laser, different red light pads on me and stuff like that. But this is completely different. This is a signal from the body to do more of what it did when it was younger. So you are reversing the age, and we can show from clinical studies, you're reversing the age of the organs, the tissues, and the cells. So the body literally every 6 months is on a cellular level based on biomarkers before and after. Every 6 months is 8 years younger on the cellular level. So like when I told you that this man's heart was functioning as a 75-year-old, and now a year later, it's a 33-year-old. That's very different than using a red light therapy or blue light therapy or any kind of therapy on your body, because you're literally changing the organ. The organ is no longer an organ that's functioning. The vascular system is completely different. Not to mention that it's affecting every single cell in the body. This patch upregulates 6,000 genes to their perfect expression. 6,000. Each gene expresses to at least 1, 2, 3 other genes. So David has figured out at least a third of the genome with this patch right here. 6,000 genes are upregulated. That, I mean, I know this may sound like crazy, insane. This doesn't make sense, too good to be true, but the research is there. The science is there. So that's what's really cool about it. If you're already taking supplements, you can still take your supplements. They're not going to have a CBD, anything like that's not going to have any detrimental effects, because again, nothing's going into the body. It's a signaling a pathway. We have found a lot of people have been able to come off of some of their supplements, or reduce the amount they were taking, or even, stop some of them altogether per muscle testing. Of course, check with your practitioner, or if you muscle test yourself. I have a friend that was spending $1,000 a month on supplements, and now she's down to 2, C and D. So those are the 2. Okay, so thank you for that clarification. Yeah, that laser works on blood flow. That's great. That's perfect. And this will work on blood flow too, but very different pathways. Let's see what else we got here. Cool. That's awesome. Okay, so 600 frequency can repair. Perfect. Carry on the acupuncture treatments using the patches, or can we stop that? Again, any type of therapy that you're currently doing, it is your personal choice whether or not you continue to do that based on what you're feeling from that therapy. I'm not saying you have to stop everything by any means. I still get acupuncture from time to time. Just again, that's a personal choice. We do have a book for those of you that are practitioners. If you're actually a practitioner, it's not just for everyday person, because I won't share that contact info just for everybody to have this in their hand. This was created by a doctor of acupuncture. And so this is an A to Z. It's called Self-Healing with Light. And so it's an A to Z book of health conditions and symptoms in people, things that people deal with. And so it works with the meridians, with the body, and different patches, and placing these patches, and you'll hear David talk about this as well too, placing the patches on specific meridians on certain pathways can accentuate and signal that that pathway for, like, say, for example, we've got a lot of people with ringing of the ears here recently. And so they're getting a lot of results from using a couple of our patches, the X39, the Eon, the Energy Enhancer, and the Glutathione, to reduce and completely eliminate the ringing in the ears, the tinnitus. So different pathways are used for acupuncture, but you can still, again, it's a personal choice. So you put an adhesive pad on. No, so this is sticky. It's a 3M hypoallergenic. It's actually an FDA approved class 1 medical device, as in all Band-Aids are. But this is just the sticky. This is sticky. The whole thing is sticky. So this white part, it's sticky too. It's all sticky. And so you stick that on your body, and then when you're done, you peel it off. There you go. Stays on its own. So yeah, you can definitely wear it while being muscle tested. A lot of my clients have other types of practitioners and different things that they've went and had muscle tested just to make sure. And so they, okay, I need this one, and I actually need that one and that one, because we have a patch summary sheet. And so they'll come back to me and say, how do I get more of these things? Or I don't want this one right now, I want that one. So you have high rejection level for skin contact. Well, that's fine, Betty Joe. You don't have to have this on your skin. You can actually, if you want, you can put it on your shirt. You can take the sticky part off and you can put it on your shirt. You can take it and stick it on the inside of your shirt. As long as this is coming in contact with the body's heat, the body's low-level infrared light, you can stick it in your pocket, stick it in your pocket, stick it on your sock, stick it on your underwear. It doesn't matter. Stick it in your bra, on the outside of your bra. As long as it is coming near you, then that light is your low-level infrared light is signaling that patch to increase its GHK and stem cell production. Okay, so I love these questions. Massage therapists use laser, acupuncture, foot detox. That's great. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, you don't have to use Band-Aids. Absolutely not. You definitely don't need Band-Aids. No, we don't have to do that. You don't have to use the sticky part. I can share videos with you, and Gloria, you can pull this up too to put in the page. If you type in Icewave chiropractor, it's like a 3-minute video, or I can find it. I have it in my phone. He just takes these, he muscle tests his clients. He does their, moving them around to show their mobility and their pain, puts the patches on the actual table, not on the person, just on the table, and does the exact same thing. Pain gone, mobility improved in like literally seconds. So you don't have to have it stuck on the person for it to work. That's a great question. What other questions do you guys have? Golden would like to, you've raised your hand. I'll unmute you if you want to unmute. Go ahead. What question do you have? I don't know the name. It's Golden G955U. Did you have a question? Maybe not. Okay. Who else has a question? You guys can feel free to unmute yourself.
Dr. Stacy, I have a question and a comment.
Yes.
I think it was Dr. Karen I was listening to today, and she was even saying that they had studied like the patch against a 6-inch piece of wood between that and the skin, and it was still working.
Yeah, I heard her say that too. I was like, wow.
Yeah. And so is it true also, because I have a couple people asking if they can, I have a lot of clients that are sick, so they will start low and slow. Mm-hmm. So if they wore it 3 hours at a time, they could put the adhesive back on, and then, and I know that it lasts 12 hours. So mm-hmm. What I understood from her was it's not like you peel it off, you stick it on, and that 12 hours is starting. Like once it's away from the body, you know what I mean? It stops. Yes. And you'll get 12.
Yes, we have that happen a lot where people are like, I can only wear this 6 hours, 3 hours, or maybe they only wore it 8 hours because of the time frame.
Okay.
So yeah, you can definitely put the sticky part, or I've stuck them on Ziploc bags and left them on my bathroom counter and then peeled it back off again and used it. So yeah, you can definitely do that.
Thank you. That's good to know, because I think a lot of people think, oh, it's just 12 hours and then it's done. You know what I mean? As long as it's peeled off. Thank you.
Yeah. As far as books for you guys to learn, so there's a website. The website is startx39.com. That website has videos from David. David is speaking, introing everything. It has videos on phototherapy. It has videos from many different doctors, chiropractors, holistic practitioners, and they're being interviewed, and they're also sharing their clients' testimonials and their personal testimonials. There are videos on there from estheticians. There are videos on there from moms. There's a child that's very special needs, very everything, like trach, the whole, like completely, in the progress she's made. So there are a lot of different videos on there, but there's also all of the clinical studies are on that website. All of them. The patents are on that website. So startx39.com is a huge resource for you if you want to learn more on how the patch works, what it does, and that type of thing. We do have, for those of you that are interested in being a distributor and sharing this with other people, we do have a Telegram channel that we utilize for the purpose of all of the recordings. So Monday through Thursday evening, myself and several other leaders share. We share a platform, a Zoom, and there's about 150 to 200 people every night. But each night, 2 different people come on and share their personal testimonial using the X39 and what it's done for them. So that has been compiled over the last year and a half, almost 2 years now. So that Telegram channel, you can literally type in torn meniscus. You can type in diabetes. You can type in, I typed in today for a lady, trigeminal nerve damage. I typed that in. I found 2 recordings from people that shared their personal testimonial on how the X39 helped them from getting rid of that pain and all of that stuff going on. So the Telegram apps for the people that are interested in being a distributor and sharing with other people, that's a platform to share personal testimonials, 2 years worth of personal testimonials. But yeah, startx39.com is the website to go to for all your learning more. And it's, why do you sometimes only peel off half the back? I don't peel off half the back. I peel the whole thing off and stick it on. But if you want to peel off half, you can, if you feel like you want to see if you're more sensitive or what. I don't know. That's, some people have done that, but I don't. I stick all patches go all on, all of them every day. So I want the full effectiveness. Now, what happens if you accidentally go to sleep in them? Oh my God, I've done that before. I get up the next morning, I'm like, shoot, I forgot about this one, or I forgot about that one on my ankle. And then you're like, oh, you just have to wait 24 hours. Just give your body that 24 hours to wait, and then you can do it again. But that's happened a few times. What other questions do you guys have?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why I was just talking and I was like, I'm talking. I don't know what happened. Technology. Okay. So yeah, so this is Tiffany. I didn't know how to put my name in the thing, so hey, right. Whatever. I was just curious about a few things. One, because I'm gonna go to that website, but you said you wore so many different patches. What's the, like, I guess the benefit of one versus the other? Like, what does the Eon mean and stuff like that?
Okay, so that's a great question. So X39 is your starting point. That is our flagship patch. That is the only thing on the planet that signals the body to increase its own stem cell production on a daily basis. So that's where you want everybody to start. The Eon patch reduces inflammation systemically. And so that is very important. We all have inflammation in our body from diet, lifestyle, injury, illness, stress, surgeries, accidents, things like that. And so when you have inflammation, we know for a fact that when you increase stem cell production, or if you inject stem cells or cause the body to increase its stem cell production, stem cells are like a moth on a flame with inflammation. And so they will go to that inflammation, and the inflammation will consume a good chunk of those stem cells. When someone has knee problems and they inject the stem cells, they're going to get some relief, right? That's the whole point. They're going to pay $6,000 and they're going to have, better results, but the inflammation is going to consume a big portion of those stem cells. So you really want to make sure you reduce inflammation at the same time. Eon, and we'll share with you guys the patch summary sheet to tell you what each of them do. But Eon reduces inflammation systemically. All different types of inflammatory markers are reduced to bring the body into balance. And you need some inflammation, so it doesn't like completely eliminate it from your body, but it definitely reduces that inflammation so that your stem cells that are produced are able to do everything that they possibly can. So those two are absolutely vitally important per David, and in my experience as well too. With my daughter, I feel like that's a big part of why we've seen so much progress, because we are able to reduce inflammation in her on a daily basis at the same time we're increasing her stem cell production. So, and we've done everything under the sun, you guys, as far as supplements. She still has a G tube. Every type of food, nutrition, it's completely been monitored for the last 14 years. Everything perfect, organic, holistic, nothing has touched this. Nothing has touched what these two patches have done in the last 6 months. So that's been huge. Betty Jo, did you have a question?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So okay. What I was trying to clarify was basically with the laser light therapy, like I have around my neck right now, it's a pad, and as long as it's touching your skin, it's supposed to, and I believed in it. I've been using it 8 years, but I still struggle from an FDA device I had taken out of my chest, breast implants, and I got toxic poisoning pretty much. And I still, even with this laser light therapy, like you were just saying, organic, clean, I use Kangen, pH balanced water. I am still struggling with things like staph infections on my skin. Viruses find me and I almost die. I just struggle with my health. And I just want to know if one more thing like this, adding it, is just going to be like all the other blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I mean, where's the crazy train stop at what I do to try to undo damage from an FDA device?
Right. Yeah, I get that question a lot. And all I can say is I'm there. I've been there. I've been doing that exact same thing for the last 14 years for my daughter, doing everything I possibly could get my hands on, everywhere I was led, every direction. And, I think things have helped her. I think things have benefited her. We've never gotten the results we wanted. We were told last year, oh, if you change and you feed her this specific type of food, these foods feed the spleen. The spleen is where, from an acupuncturist, the spleen is where the voice comes from. She's been on that food for a year before we even found out about the patches, and we didn't get the voice back. We didn't get the speaking back. We didn't get any of that, but we were told, so you just do what you try, right? You do all the things you can. I just know from my personal experience with my daughter, and then from the thousands of people I've listened to that have done the exact same thing. They've tried everything under the sun. The difference is this is the price of a cup of coffee a day. This is not $25,000 for a stem cell injection.
Right. Or like the lasers, the first ones I bought, and they put Dr. Larry Lytle in prison for it. And they had the blue and the red and the laser diode. So 3 different forms of red and blue light therapy, handheld, but you had to hold them. Yeah. And these ones are different, as in they're just red and you get to wear them around your knee or wherever, whatever. And it's supposed to work to promote blood flow at a cellular level to expedite whatever, but a neck, because I'm wearing it around the neck or the knee, but overall it helps everything. Mm-hmm. So I was just wondering what, do I need one more thing? And I spent $12,000 on those first ones. These ones are about $500 for a pad and a laser. Mm-hmm. What compared, and they're a couple of years guaranteed type thing. What's yours? Right. Like, is it cheaper? Is it more? Is it about the same?
So you can get the couple different ways you can purchase. You can purchase 1 month supply for $150. You put it on in the morning, you leave it on, you go about your day, you don't worry about anything. And you take it off 12 hours later, you throw it away and you do it again the next day. Or
so it's plastic. There's a lot of plastic and waste. Is that what I'm hearing?
This is a hypoallergenic 3M quarter size disc that you put on your body. Okay. It looks just like this.
Okay.
This is not a lot of plastic and waste.
Okay. No. I was seeing the package that comes in. I did get some severe PTSD after I had those plastic implants removed, and I was literally afraid of. I couldn't buy or own anything in perfect.
This is recyclable right here. You can recycle
perfect.
That. You're good.
And that stuff's real. I'm in counseling once a week to deal with PTSD from plastic. I haven't drank out of a plastic bottle or touched one in years. I mean, it's real. I'm afraid of all kinds of chemicals. The idea of putting an adhesive or anything on my skin, I just freak out about it, and
you can put this on your clothes. You can put it on the inside of your clothes.
So what is it doing then? I need to understand the scientific, how is it getting into your skin? What is it? How does it get to your skin?
Did you hear the part when I was talking about us emitting a low level infrared light? Did you hear that part me talking about?
Yeah, everything is a frequency. So there's a frequency somehow in that disc.
So
is that what I'm hearing?
So this has David's proprietary blend of amino acids and salts and water that form a crystal lattice. That crystal lattice is infused in here. And when you put the patch on your skin or in your pocket, our bodies, we emit a low level infrared light. And so if you have it close to the body, that infrared light reflects back off this patch, a signal into the body. Okay. And that signal, that pathway initially signals the peptide, GHK-Cu copper peptide, to increase, which we know declines as we age. From there, it signals our body's own stem cells to come
Okay.
back online, to come back to work and start to grow, to more stem cells to be produced in our body, because we know as we age, we produce less and less and less. And so it doesn't matter if you're in your 60s or 70s, you don't have the stem cells, you just don't. And this is why we literally, this company has went from 50 million a year in sales every single year for 15 years. When this was released 2 years ago, they bumped up to 72 million. This year, $300 million in sales, because this thing works. Like this works, and people are telling people word of mouth like wild.
Right.
Put it on. It's so simple. It's so easy. It's so affordable, but yet so effective, so dramatic that people are saying, just like me, I can't just use this for myself and my kid. I have to tell everybody I know, because I know the power of stem cells, but man, something to cause the body to make its own stem cells. David's nothing shy of a genius. He literally isn't. And he's not stopping. Of course, he's already invented all kinds of other stuff. The man has a plan to save the planet. I mean, he's just that, like, we've got to save the planet for our children's children. We cannot stop here. But in the meantime, we've got to help people have the best quality of life. And he has figured out the science and technology from studying, the glass sea urchins that are 10,000 years old right now on this planet, the lobsters that are stronger at 130 years old than they ever have been, the queen bees versus the worker bees, and the queen ants versus the worker ants. He studied all the planaria. Do you know a planaria, which is a worm? You can cut its head off and it grows back in 14 days. Okay, that's just science. Well, with the stem cell activation patch, activating its GHK and stem cells, he grows their head back in 1 day. I mean, you just don't make that stuff up. It's science, right? So you got a worm, you chop its head off, and it's 14 days later. Oh, no, it's just one. We're going to grow its head back today with this technology. So that's super cool. All right. So as far as
lots more questions here, girl.
Yeah, I gotcha. Let's see. As far as endometriosis, yep. Lupus, yep. Prostate cancer, yep. Numb feet, yes. Anything and everything under the sun. I literally can share with you personal testimonials of people that are recorded that you can watch and listen to. I can share with you science and data. I can send you studies. So we have all of the resources available to be able to share this. So you don't just come out and say, oh, right, we've got this stem cell patch and it's going to heal the world. We have data, we have facts, we have research, and we have personal testimonials for people. So definitely all of the above, because you have to remember, I know this is kind of hard for people to understand too, but stem cells literally are the healer. They're the holy grail of healing. When I first signed up, I bought this for my family, and then I went to that meeting and I listened and I heard the testimonials. I said, I have to tell everybody. I literally got on the phone. I voice clipped like my 5 closest friends. And I said, OMG, I have literally just found the holy grail of healing. We have to speak immediately, because they're all into health and wellness. They're all into nutrition. They're all into all the different modalities and therapies. And they're like, what did you find? I'm like, this now, let's go. We got to tell everybody we know, because we all know people with different stuff, right? So yeah, Nirvana definitely helps with mental health. That's exactly what it's designed for. It's the bliss patch. Yes, definitely. Great questions. All right. Any other, Betty Jo, go to startx39.com. That is where you're going to find lots of information. Any other questions? Anything else about the product, the patches? Gloria will be sharing, Holly will be sharing the patch summary sheet, so you can see the different types of patches and a blurb of what each does.
On the page already.
Thank you, you're amazing. But like I said, we do have a Telegram channel for those of you that are distributors. We'll get you invited to that. And we do have a Facebook page that is, you can't post on it. It's not a feed of information like that, but we have a man that's been with the company 15 years that posts all the science, all the studies, the research, the data, and personal testimonials that people have written up as well too. So any other questions about product? Because I know some of you had some questions about the business. Nope. Okay. What questions do you have about the business side of this? You can type them in there, or you can raise your hand or unmute, whatever you want to do. People helping people. Who has questions about that? Let me give you some information real quick. Okay. All right. So,
Raise my hand.
oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Laura.
I'm sorry, I was looking everywhere for the little pop-up thing. So I've done different MLMs or direct marketing in the past. So I know a little bit about how they typically work, but all are a little bit different.
Right.
So I'm kind of curious as to how does it work with your compensation plan?
Mhm.
And if you just have someplace you want me to go and read about it, I don't want to take up too
No,
much
no,
time
I'm
on
happy
it,
to share. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
question.
Yeah, so I've been in network marketing, MLM, direct sales for the last 17 years. So I've been, this is the third company I've actually been with. I was with my first company 2 years before my daughter went in the hospital. And then after, didn't go back into that again, but was very grateful for the residual income. That's for darn sure. And then I was with my other company for 11 years. I resigned earlier this year. And so I get there's a lot, I've looked at a lot of different comp plans over the years, right? People bring me stuff and they're all different. But I will say this, my husband and I kind of joke, we're like, third time's a charm. We hit the jackpot with this baby because David is generous. Like the man literally pays 60% out to the field and takes 40% to run the corporate office and research and development. And so it's a very lucrative compensation plan. We get paid 4 different ways. And I have a 2-page hot sheet that Gloria can share with you on that. But number one, we get paid retail. So me buying this at $150 retail means that someone obviously made a profit off of that, right? That guy Lance. So we buy it wholesale, we can sell it retail. So if you're a practitioner, if you have an office, or if you just want to buy and turn around and sell them, you can buy them at wholesale, depending on what pack you purchase. Wholesale pack, they're anywhere from $84 for a month supply to $99 for a month supply, depending on which pack you purchase. So that's your first option. Okay. The second way we make money is we make what's called a product introduction bonus, a PIB. So when we sign someone up for one of the wholesale packs, we earn anywhere between a $15 to a $500 bonus, depending on which pack they purchase. Okay. And so we earn these PIBs every time we sign somebody up. So let's say, for example, like Gloria signed up, and Gloria signed up with a silver pack when she initially enrolled. And so I made a $50 bonus when she bought her silver pack. She bought 3 X39s in her silver pack. Okay. And that was $299. That is the kit that the customers come in with, and some distributors come in with that kit as well too. But all customers come in with the $299 silver kit. Because they can get 3 X39s, there's no sign up fee, there's no auto ship, or they can mix and match and get different supportive patches. So every 2 supportive patches is equal to 1 of the X39s. So silver pack is most beneficial, affordable, and you can get the most patches, $99 for the X39, $50 for the supportive patch. The gold pack is typically for a family of 2. I sat with Gloria's friends yesterday down here in Florida at Starbucks, and we went through everything, and they're like, okay, we just need the diamond pack because we need all of this for my son. I need it for my daughter. I need it for my dad. I want this, I want this, I want this. And we want several months of each one of these, right? I'm like, okay, whatever works best for you, because the prices are less at the platinum and the diamond pack. It's only $84 and $42 versus $99 and $50. So every time we sign someone up with a pack, we earn a PIB, a bonus. Okay. So you can make retail. You can earn those bonuses from signing up people with wholesale customer or distributor accounts. Same thing. Nobody's a distributor until they actually fill out a W-9, send it into the company, and get that pay portal set up. Okay. So we don't take social security numbers from people. We don't do any of that. And you're not technically, until you're ready to get paid, you're still considered a wholesale customer. Okay. And so that's why we bring, when I have someone sign up, customers, you're just getting a wholesale account. That's it. And they'll say, well, I got this distributor kit, I'm like, it's a catalog, and it's a brochure, and it's a folder. If you ever decide you want to do something with it, you can, but if you don't, you don't. You're none of your information's in there to make money. So we have a lot of offices, a lot of doctors' offices will come in, chiropractors, osteopaths, holistic health practitioners. They'll come in and they'll buy the big pack, and they just want the wholesale account. They don't want an auto ship. They don't want to sign people up. They just want to buy wholesale, sell retail. Okay. The other way we make money is what's called a cycling bonus. Okay. So we have 2 legs. And this is a different binary. It's not a binary like a typical binary where there's breakaway or where you don't get paid on all of it. No, this company is amazing. So we have two legs, a right and a left. Every time one of your legs has 330 points, okay, and every package has a point value, right? Every product patch has a point value. When there's 330 on one side, 660 on the other, you will cycle and make a $50 cycle bonus, okay? The cool thing is, what if you've got volume sitting over, say there's like $3,000 in volume here, and say there's only like 330 here. You'll cycle once. What happens to the rest of that volume? It banks. It'll sit there for the next week and the next week and the next week. It'll stay for 52 weeks until you get another 330 over here. So this company isn't a month to month. We're a Sunday night, or it ends at Sunday night at midnight. We're a Monday morning till Sunday night. Everything goes on a weekly basis and we get paid on a weekly basis. So it's a 4-week rolling calendar. So there's no month to month. Like there's no December 1st to December 31st and it's done and the volume's gone. If you don't get paid off of it, you don't get paid off of it. All volume carries up to you, and what you don't get paid on will sit there and bank. It's incredible. When Marcy signed, Marcy is in our upline, and whenever I signed up, I'm like, give me somebody that talks money, because yes, I am holistic and all these things. And so are all these women in between me that I knew and met and didn't know and whatever. But I'm like, I need a money girl. I printed out the comp plan. I read the whole comp plan. I got the whole comp plan. There were like 3 words I didn't get, and I need to know exactly what this meant. Should we do a Zoom like this? She pops open her back office and she shows me her ball. She shows me, she said, you're on this right leg. Here's my left leg. It's Peter No. He's the #1 Asian network marketer in the country. And she shows me her volume. It was $3 million. I said, you got $3 million sitting there in volume? She goes, yeah, I'm working my butt off on my right leg over here, because every time I have 330 little points, I get to pull 660 out of that 3 million. So guess what? So here we are 6 months later. Now she's got 4.1 million over here with Peter's team. But this one, our leg is taken off. And so now she's getting to cash in more, right? When I met her, she was making, she was 18 months in the company when I met her. She was making between $7,000 and $9,000 a week, okay? Now the girl's making over 30 grand a week, 6 months later. I'm like, hello, cycling bonuses, 30 grand a week. It was so cute because we were at the leadership retreat last month. And so she's not a numbers girl. It's not her thing, right? Just not her thing. And I said, we were talking about being a millionaire. I said, girl, you got to make $83,000 a month and you're a millionaire. And so it was a couple of weeks ago on a Zoom, and she popped up in her commission and she goes, Stacy, am I a millionaire yet? I'm like, yeah, girl, you're over 30 grand a week. You're a millionaire. You're good to go. And she's like, okay, cool. Yay. I'm like, oh my God, she's hilarious. But her business partner is Dr. Rhonda Donahue, who's also in integrative medicine. And so, it's kind of a great combo, great mix. So we make those cycling bonuses, Laura. So that's really great. And then we also have what's called a Gen Match bonus. And so when we have other team members that are cycling too, the company pays us a percentage off of what they've cycled. So let's say, for example, if you cycle twice and you make $100, okay, and Gloria signed you up, she makes 25% of that, okay? So the company pays her a Gen Match bonus. They pay her 25% of your $100. That's not bad. Well, then say you go and sign up Sally, and Sally cycles $100 a week. Gloria gets, that's her second generation, Gloria gets 20%, right? And then they pay that third generation at 20% as well too. And so that's kind of cool. You get paid 3 generations. Here's another thing about this. So you only got a right or a left. That's it. The people fall straight down the lines. I have hundreds and hundreds of people down each leg. It doesn't matter if I sign them up at level 205, they are still my first generation, just like they're direct to me, because I enrolled them, and whoever they enroll is my second generation. It doesn't matter how deep it is. And the volume always carries up. It doesn't stop. It doesn't like, oh no, you only get down to your 12th level or your 10th generation. None of that. Okay. So it's a very, very, very gracious compensation plan. You can get paid for signing people up like that. You're paid weekly, next week, boom. It's lifetime commissions. You can literally log into your back office and see exactly how much money, if you roll somebody, give it 15 minutes, hit refresh, boom, that bonus is there. They're showing
Nice.
up.
I have another question.
Yes.
So I go to a chiropractor
Mhm.
and I think he would probably be really interested in this.
Mhm.
But you were talking about how a lot of them will just want to buy it and then retail it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I introduce this to him and he chose to want to be a part of it, but he just wants to retail it,
Yeah.
am I out, or is he signed up under me still, even
No,
though
he
he's just going to retail it?
He will sign up under you with a wholesale pack. Let him decide which pack he wants to purchase, whether it's silver at $2.99, gold at $4.99, platinum at $9.99, or diamond at $15.99. We have all these on a sheet. Okay. I have a
Mhm.
doctor's sheet, that an order form specifically, Gloria, I'll share it with you. An order form specifically for doctors that shows them their price that they buy and their price they sell and the profit they make. Okay. So one of my girls created that. But yes, whatever he orders, you will have that volume in that leg to cycle off of. And whatever pack he purchases, you will earn a bonus off of that pack. So
Okay.
it's fine if he just wants to buy. I have a lot of offices that just buy lots of patches that they retail out. And every time they order, that's volume that I get paid off of.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let somebody else ask questions.
Yeah, definitely. What other questions do you guys have? And that answered Betty Jo's question too with the Sharon, did you have a question? You guys, she's got a little hand up like that.
Hello, can you hear me? I have one, Betty Jo.
Yes.
I was curious. So I have my own business here and I work for a chiropractor one day a week too, who sells some, like, it's called Intermax. It's like 450 minerals in one little drink thing that is about 80 a month for me, for the people, and 50, and he makes a little profit. And it's kind of like what you're doing. But I was curious if I was could I sell it in my business as well as get him to buy it, maybe to sell on his business? And would there be like money in it where I could end up using it for free kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for.
Yes, you can definitely use it in your business because you'll buy it wholesale, you'll sell it retail. So you will make a retail profit.
But wouldn't I want to sign up so I can start getting money and be a part of these people making $1 million, not signing up for food stamps this Tuesday?
Yes, so you will sign up as a distributor with a wholesale pack, okay? And you'll buy that wholesale pack, whichever one you pick, you'll buy it at wholesale. You can sign the chiropractor up as well with whatever pack he chooses. And I'm more than happy to talk to him or Laura, to your chiropractor. I talk to doctors all day long. So anybody that needs help with that, please, we can get on a 3-way call or a Zoom, absolutely. But he'll sign him up. So you'll earn a product introduction bonus, depending on what pack he picks. Anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on which pack you pick, which pack he picks, okay? And then his volume will be in your tree. And that means that you have 2 legs, okay? So if you decide you want to add other people as customers with wholesale accounts or other people as distributors with wholesale accounts, then yes, you can start earning cycling bonuses and gen matching bonuses as well too.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sharon, what question did you have? I think she had a question too.
Am I on?
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure this all out. And I've never done this before. So I guess I really didn't have a question, but it's I have lots of them, but I can't think of them right now. I'm
That's
just
okay.
trying
You
to,
can type them in the chat. I'll get back in the chat after we're done on here, okay?
if I can figure this out, okay, I will. Thank you.
Here's the thing I want you guys to remember, okay, for any of this. It is something new, so it's new brain cells, right? New information. We're here to learn and to grow, right? That, like, if we're looking at the 6 basic human needs, we have, significance, certainty, uncertainty, love, and connection. We really want to stay in the place of growth, our learning, our growth, and our contribution. That's what we're here to do. We're here to learn and grow and to contribute to others. And so right now is a learning and growing phase. And so we're going to learn and grow together. I have your answers. If I do not have an answer for you for some reason, I know exactly where to go to get it. I've spent the last 6 months reading, researching, attending, watching, doing, living, experiencing, and all of this, which I was where you were 6 months ago, where I didn't know anything. This was brand new tech, right? Brand new comp plan, brand new everything. And I'm like, let me get into this. And so I asked the right people the questions to make sure I got my answers. Where do I go to get this? Where do I go to get this? Where do I read this? Where do I read this? I'm an avid reader, listener, learner. And so I feel like I have developed a really big nest egg of information. And so I'm here to help you guys with wherever you're at in that learning and growth process as we contribute to other people, helping other people along the way. If, you know, the way I look at it is I didn't want to wait to see what my results would be or what I would notice from this or what would happen to my daughter before I started sharing with everybody, because I read the science and research. I watched David on video. I saw him in person, and I'm like, I'm not waiting 1 second, because this is not going to change my life. Her life is going to change everybody else's lives in the process. I got to go. I'll figure it out as I go. And so that's what we do. We learn and we grow and we figure it out as we go. We're a team, we're a network, and we work together to make sure that your questions are answered. That's why I love the chats and the pages like that. So we can make sure you've got questions and we got answers. We got questions, we got answers. How can I help you? Because the more I can help you, the more people you can help, right? And you may be like, I'm busy, I don't have time, I've got jobs, I've got kids, I've got a life. I get that. You can fit that in the nooks of the crannies of your day and of your nights, right? Whatever works best for you. This is not a, you have to do this 24/7 right now, stop everything and go change the world. This is a, let me do this and integrate this in my world and my life, however you see fit. No, for me, this has definitely become a full-time thing that I'm doing all the time, because I'm absolutely obsessed with every single aspect of this. The lives that are changed through this is just, it's mind-blowing every day. That I have tears in my eyes. I have cold chills from the people's lives that are changed. And so I feel like I'm on this serious mission to help as many people as I can, as fast as I can, because I know that that ripple effect, I've always been the person, like, I want to drop the stone in the water and that ripple effect go affect hundreds of thousands and millions of people. And that's just what I feel like. I have my complete alignment with who I am and what I am and what this does, and how this is so perfectly, divinely guided in my life. And I feel like all of you are brought here because there is a magnet here. You guys know this. Your heart is the magnet, right? And so you're drawn here because of that magnet, this collective consciousness. And it's powerful. Quantum entanglement is powerful when we all come together and we're all working together for the greater good. And so that's where the place that I started this from, and it's the place that I continue to hold and grow and grow and grow this organization of like-minded men and women that are they're world changers, right? So don't feel like I'm overwhelmed or there's so much information, I can't figure all this out. You will, day by day, as you just plug in, share a little here, learn a little here, ask more questions, just know that we are all here to help and support each other. And we will help you through this process as you learn. The company or our team has a system. It's called 331. And Onyx Cole created this when she started 2 years ago. 331. She says, patch 3 people a day. Whether you're personally handing out patches, mailing them in the mail, or whether you're actually just having conversations with people on the phone or on text. 3 new people per day. Follow up with 3 people per day. Meaning check back. Hey girl, did you get your patches in? Or hey, did you have a chance to watch that video yet? Or hey, were you on that Zoom last night? Follow up with 3 people a day. And then invite 1 to the Zoom tomorrow night. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have Zooms each night, 9 Eastern. Invite 1 person. Do you know if you just talk to 3 people every day, by the end of the month, you will have impacted 90 people? You would have introduced this to 90 people. If you invite 1 person to a Zoom every day, you will have invited 30 people. Law of averages says 30 to 50% are going to be with you. They're going to join you. They're going to be a part of this, right? And so we follow that system, 331. We talk to 3, we follow up with 3, and we invite 1 to our Zoom. And what happens is we're learning at the same time. We're all learning and growing together. So what other questions do you guys have before we hop off here? Because I know we went a little longer. Yes.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, good. Thank you, Dr. Stacy, for bringing this information to us. I'm really excited about it. I'm hopeful.
I'm very happy to help. Yes.
Yes. My question is it recommended or does it matter to stick with one type of patch for like a period of time and then go over to another one, or is it best to use 2 or maybe 3 types at the same time? And also, is it okay for them to be wet?
Okay, yeah. So the company was actually started 17 years ago when the Navy SEALs asked David to invent something to increase the sustainability and endurance and stamina and energy of the SEALs in the field. And Navy SEALs, they're in the water, right? They're in treacherous conditions and they're not bathing for days. But he was given by God the information to create this non-transdermal patch and create a signal, figure out exactly what blend created the signal in the body to turn the body's fat into fuel. And so they were able to live and sustain their energy and stamina. And then from there, it went actually to the Stanford University swim team and then the USA Olympic swim team. So yeah.
Okay. So that answers the water question.
You can shower. I mean, I don't shower in mine because I always put mine on after the shower, but my husband does, and you're fine. And if it does come off, just stick it back on or throw a Band-Aid over it, whatever. Put it in your pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then do you recommend to use one type per?
Yeah. So here's the thing. We all have different things going on with us.
Mm-hmm.
I always recommend that everyone start with the X39 and Eon. I feel like it's really important to reduce that inflammation while you're increasing your stem cell production.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From there, we are going to have individual conversations, as I do with all my clients, and as I want you guys to do as well too, with whoever you're talking with, right?
Mm-hmm.
X39 and Eon are a very simple, easy, safe place to start. Eon was the #1 selling patch in the company for 10 years because of its help with pain reduction, reducing inflammation. It's called the happy patch, puts you in that parasympathetic mode. Those 2 patches that's a great place to start. Some people, depending on their situation, are able to start with other patches, but I always like to give the person a week, maybe 2 weeks on those patches before we introduce something else. And that's why, we're providing customer service. These are our clients. These are our customers. And so I'm going to keep track of you. We have a health tracker that we utilize in our team, and that health tracker helps them keep track of themselves so they can see what's my progress. I rated myself on here. Well, week 1, I'm rating myself here, 1 to 10 on a pain level or 1 to 10 on a sleep level, quality of, blah, 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 all that stuff. So you can wear more than 1 patch. You definitely can. If you're someone that says, I don't have any health problems, I'm good to go. That was me. I didn't have anything but the X39 initially. And then I got my rest of my patches in. I'm like, boom, 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 stick these babies all over. David had 12 on at the meeting. So I'm like, if he's wearing 12, he's alive. I'm good to go. So yeah, but take it slow with people first, because you are changing things on a cellular level.
Yes.
So I like to start with the X39 and the Eon.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. What other questions do you guys have?
It's Tiffany again.
Yes.
So the info that you were talking about for the business part, was that on that startx39.com page too?
No.
Okay.
No, we'll share that with you individually. That is strictly a product page with the testimonials and the patents and the studies, but we'll share that with you individually. The 2-page hot sheet, Gloria, you know which one I'm talking about? Yeah, we'll share that with you.
Okay. And because my thing is, I had a bad thing happen, so I'm trying to regroup some of my funds, because I would love to try it out. But see, then I thought about how you said you got with your 5 friends and you want to do it. What kind of conversation did you have with them? And if someone like signed up before you, then you don't, that's my thing. I would love to have my 5 friends, like you said, get with me. But if I'm not ready financially because of whatever's going on, then do you wait until you tell somebody, or you just go ahead and let them go ahead of you? Or, it's just like, I've been in some crazy situations with the MLM stuff. So.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's your personal choice, obviously, that you're going to have to make that decision. I can't make that for you. I personally was already signed up. I had bought the patches from April online before I even went to the event with David. I was determined I was not going to do an MLM when I walked in that door. I was just there as a product user for myself and my family. And I wanted to know what this would do for my daughter more than what I'd seen on video. So I was not going to sign up for another MLM. And then when I went through, I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm going to. And now I need to know how the company works and structured. So I didn't contact my friends until after I left that day. And after I had that Zoom with Marcy and knew that I was going to be a part of a company that I could not only promote their product, but I actually would also promote the income side of it as an opportunity for people, because I'm not going to get somebody involved in something. Like I said, this is my third company. The other two, I was had no problem introducing people to the income side of it because I felt very confident and it was secure, and the company was as well too. With this one, I had to make sure of that before I put my name out there on the line. And so when I did, absolutely, I'm in. Then I just got voice clip. We got to talk because you've got to hear about this. And, you know, I mean, that's going to be your personal decision, because my situation is different than yours. I was already signed up. So then I made the decision to do the business. So if you go sell a TV or something, scrounge some money together, Christmas presents, all I want's cash. I need stem cell patches, right? I don't know your situation, girl, but whatever you feel is best for you, that's what I want you to do. Okay, Jody, did you have a question?
Yes, Dr. Stacy. First of all, thank you very much for all this information, and thank you to Gloria for inviting me here. I do have a question. Is this just for US based, or does it go international? Can we,
This is incredible. So we are actually positioned
people somewhere, family across the whole pond, or
we're in 81 countries.
Oh, okay.
Our company has 5 corporate offices. Mm-hmm. We have 12 distribution centers around the world. Our biggest market right now is Japan. The US is half of what Japan is. So we're number 2. So we're over here like, let's go USA. But we're in 81 different countries. When you go to the website, once you have your account, you can click on the top up there where it says country, and it'll scroll down and it'll show you the countries that we ship to. And so if it's one of those, you're good to go.
Do you know offhand if UK is there?
Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I've got customers in UK. Mm-hmm.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. No, David, when David started this company 17 years ago, and he built it utilizing different pathways for different patches to do different things in the body, right? For sleep, for pain, glutathione, carnosine, energy. We have equine, we have a pet pain patch, and obviously all along the time creating the patch for, the X39, the stem cell activation patch. So being in all these different countries has taken place over all these years. And so everything is positioned very, solid and stable. So they're not just like fly by the seat of your pants, we're going to run into this company. This is a very solid, stable company, actually built on businessmen and ranchers and golfers. If you look at the oldest people in this company, the number 1 income earner, Chuck Michael's, an 80-year-old golfer. So these men are, number 1 distributor, the first distributor signed up, named John Chance. He's a cowboy from Oklahoma in the rodeo. Horses, huge. So these men, when I went to conference, they're coming in their business suits and their ties and their sports jackets, and they're businessmen, they're kind of, then we got all us girls and we're like, woo, we're having a party. What are all these men doing here? This is the backbone of the company. So very much structured, and also very much in the holistic world. Your DCs, your DOs, your osteopaths, your holistic health, your people in the energy world, the energy healers, the light workers, the Reikis, all of these different types of people have been the 2 sectors in the company. There haven't been network marketers in this company. No one that's been in a network marketing background up until 2 years ago when Onyx came in. Onyx Cole was with Mona V for 7 years. She made $17 million in 7 years, retired back in 2012. When her friend came to her 2 years ago and said, have you heard of photobiomodulation? She said, yes, I have. Why? What are you doing with it? She said, I found this patch. You put it on, it doesn't. She said, take me to the owner. She wouldn't do anything. She's been retired since 2012. She's a single mom of 3 kids, living on her yacht, traveling the world. She didn't need to do anything. She invested wisely, saved wisely. She's out of, she's retirement. So she went and talked to David and said, okay, if I'm going to do this, you're the right man. This is the right product. This is the right time. You've got the backbone and the structure. We're going to take this to the next level. And I'm going to come in with dignity, with integrity, with grace, with humility. And we're going to build this from the heart. We're not going to build these fly by the seat of your pants, cutthroat, crazy. I've seen it out there. I know, right? Not in my organization, because I don't run that way, but I've seen it happen to other people. And so this whole organization, we're a gifting organization. We gift these patches. Anybody that joins us by tomorrow's the deadline, the 20th, I will gift 10 of your friends 5 days worth for free. So if you have a silver kit, you come in with a silver kit, you're like, I don't even know if I want to do this or not, but I have 10 friends that I would love to hear if they want to do this. Then all you have to do, I have a Google Doc. I have an assistant. You fill out your name, their address, their city, their state. It goes directly to her. She'll drop it in the mail with an instruction card, 5 days for free to 10 of your people that you choose. So we're very much a gifting. How can we gift to people? Gloria was on my list, the very first list I created 6 months ago. She got patches for free in the mail, right? And so we're definitely heart-centered. But yet I'm a businesswoman. Like, I'm also here to make some money, people. We're not going to play around with that, because I love to experience life, and I love to experience life with my kids. I love for them to see new things, do new things, be able to travel and do all the different types of things. And that costs money, right? It just does. It just costs money, right? And so, this is a platform that will be able to provide for you not only physical improvements in your life and longevity, but also financial improvements in your life, to be able to provide for your longevity, because you're going to live a really long life. David said at least 150, really 200 years old with this baby. So, yeah.
I want to say something, because some of the people on here know that I've been in a couple of network marketing and not always very fond of the results that happen with the corporations. And like Tiffany, she was also in the last one we were in, and a lot of people lost money. But I just want to put it out to you there that, people are smart. They're going to look at this information and they're going to realize this is something that's going to work for their body. So let them make that choice. I had my return on my investment from my pack, and Stacy can verify this, on the first day. Okay. And it didn't take very long. All right. And now, what is it? Not even 2 weeks, right? And I just got my first $500 bonus on a pack that somebody bought, just yesterday. So it's accumulating faster than I thought. But here's what I want to put out to all of you. When the losses happened with the last company, or whatever company that, maybe is still triggering you, I just set a prayer, put it up to the universe. I wanted to shift my mentality on financial abundance. And I want financial freedom. I'm 66 years old. I don't have a retirement fund because I've been an entrepreneur and have had a lot of tragedy in life. And so I want financial freedom. And I was, watching some different videos from years ago that I saw popping up, and it just reminded me of all the things I've known, but I stopped practicing some of them every single day. And so I started putting that out there to open this doorway, to say yes, to receive, to be grateful, and let the abundance flow. And that's exactly what is happening. And in the meantime, I'm using these patches, and Stacy and I are going to do a special training on depression, because I really have to share something that most people don't know about me. And I'm not just talking about a bad day here or there, and I'm getting emotional about it, but I don't even have the other patches yet. I only have X39 and X49. And already things have shifted for me in just 5 days, where I actually want to fold my laundry again.
Wow.
And that may sound silly, but when it's piling up because you just don't want to do anything, it's a biggie. It's a biggie for people that go through this. So in 5 days, my mindset, my mood, everything has shifted. Although the first day, I will admit, I put too many patches on of X39 and went on drug overload, but it taught me something. And I think my body actually needed that immune boost, because I was a COVID long hauler. So maybe that's why that happened. But I just want to let you know, if you put your mindset out there, if you open your heart to what you feel, just like Stacy's talking about, being heart-centered with this, we all know that we want to help people. That's a no-brainer. And we all know that we need money to survive in this world, and that's a no-brainer. And I'm tired of struggling, you know, with this kind of thing going up and down and up and down. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really what it's about, helping yourself. Put your oxygen mask on first. Let's help others. Is there anything else that I can help you ladies with tonight? I do want to share, I'm going to type my cell in here. My cell's in here. So if you have questions you want to ask me specifically, I do have to get my daughter to bed. Because we got to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning for school. But if you have anything you want to text me specifically, just please put your name, you know, text me, hey, Stacy, this is so-and-so. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. If we're already in a chat together, utilize that chat, unless you have something private you want to talk to me about, which is perfectly fine too. But if you want to utilize the chat, if we're already in one of those together, so everybody's learning together, that's perfect too. But I'm happy to help in any way. Okay. And yeah, so okay, Betty Jo, you were asking about, tax reasons, end of the year.
Thank you, ladies.
Plus, you'll get to get all those 10 people get free patches for Christmas. All right, I'll stop recording now, and then I will upload this after I get Taylor to bed too, so I can share it with you if you guys have somebody else that wasn't able to pop on, okay? Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.